Hold on to your feathers. Node 9.0 is out. Operators, ready yourself for Chang upgrade. Hold on to your feathers. This is a big deal for Cardano, everybody. Another hard fork event, maybe one of the most important for Cardano if it's going to define itself as a decentralized chain. I want to talk about the news. It is really a big day and everything is happening with this event. But what about the charts? What's going on with the charts? In this video, there's a lot of people that comment. They don't even watch my content. They look at the title and they're like, dude, you're just saying the same thing over and over. Dude, Cardano's done. There's no shot this cycle. Look at it. Look at how it's performing. Just, if that's you, just watch this video. Even just the 2-minute macro weekly chart that I show. I say things like crypto's on track, not just Cardano, crypto in general. I'm just going to show you very clearly from a data perspective. This isn't my opinion. This is data driven. I'm going to show you exactly what I mean when I say Cardano is exactly where it should be on the charts, and we're at the beginning. I'm going to show you exactly what I mean by that. Hit the subscribe, hit the like. Let's jump into the video. I'm going to start with the news, then we'll pivot to the charts. So Chang brings decentralized governance, giving Cardano community the power to vote and shape the network's future on chain. That's crazy. Remember, blockchain is a network of people, the only social exponential technology. So this is a big deal, a foundational moment, impact, imminent. It really is a big deal. I think we, especially just the culture of crypto and how it's shifted over the years, there's a huge meme culture, which is fine. But I think a lot of times it gets lost what blockchain and the technology is and what it can be used for. And a decentralized mechanism to have kind of this democratic type of governance feature for the community to run a chain of the size of Cardano is craziness to me. That's what's happening. Cardano releases Node 9, paving way for upcoming Chang hard fork. The Cardano development team released Node 9.0, the newest version of Cardano validator node software. And there's a website. I'll put a link in the description. You can actually track the Chang hard fork readiness, exchange readiness, with exchanges and stake pools readiness. You can track it all here. I'll put a link in the description for you to check that out. But the new software is the final development step needed to allow the upcoming Chang hard fork to occur. Very big news for Cardano. Chang hard fork is intended to be the first step in giving Cardano fully decentralized governance. So there's going to be a whole kind of like a multi-step process, eventually allowing for the introduction delegate representatives or DREPs who will be elected by Cardano token holders to kind of draft this Cardano constitution. So the whole thing is the constitution is drafted and approved. DREPs will continue to propose changes to the network. The whole thing, in terms of we say the word governance, we're seeing what that will look like on chain. In relation to ADA price, and then I'm going to pivot to the charts. For Cardano, increased decentralization and new governance features are likely to make ADA more attractive to long-term investors looking to participate in a robust and scalable blockchain ecosystem. And I want to say this, I don't know who the first major institution will be to raise an eyebrow to this and to get on board in terms of the thesis here, this value investor thesis. Cardano being this blockchain that really is tackling this decentralization, scalability, and security thing from a really actual perspective of being ready to do it, if that makes sense. That was a lot of words, but you know exactly what I'm talking about. They're doing it, right? It's not just, hey, we have a chain and we pause it sometimes because it's broken and we have to fix it. This thing, the way that Cardano is built, it is built to kind of solve this trilemma. And so I'm really curious, like institutions, they've already been keeping an eye on it. We've talked about that a lot, especially in the last year or so. But who will be the first one that's really kind of running with this? Because I really think there's something here. And from a fundamental perspective in the crypto space, I think that's something. Chang hard fork readiness. Again, I'll put the link in the description. And then let's pivot to the charts and just talk about this. This macro chart is so important. Before we do, everybody, shout out to the sponsor of today's video. This is iTrust Capital, just an amazing sponsor of Crypto Capital Venture, but amazing product in the crypto space. An OG, just trusted by just tens of thousands of people in the crypto space. Buy and sell crypto, gold, silver with your IRA, and you can just see the markets over here. Buy and sell crypto, and you just all here. Cardano right there. You can buy and sell. Here's what's crazy that I just want to highlight in this video. You can just open an account, very simple. What's crazy about it when we talk about buying and selling crypto, if you're doing it in an IRA, crypto IRA, you're able to do it within an environment that is tax-free. Like if you're going to trade, and I say this time and time again, if you're going to trade out of Cardano into Bitcoin at, say, the top of a bull market, like let's say the Cardano charts go crazy, altcoin season actually happens, Cardano's breaking all-time high, and you're like, all right, I want to just start shifting altcoins to Bitcoin. That move, if you're doing it within your crypto IRA, that's tax-free. So if you are a long-term thinker, and if you have kind of a stash that's just like, you know, I want to build a portfolio for my long-term retirement, all that stuff, well, the best way to do that would be to be able to trade macro trades in a crypto IRA. So that's one thing. Obviously, you want to keep an eye on just, you know, they're, you know, following the general guidelines of a crypto IRA, and, you know, there's minimums and all that stuff, or maximums that you can contribute. So I just wanted to point that highlight out. The tax-free trading, I think from a macro perspective for macro-minded people, is huge. So thanks to iTrust for sponsoring this video. Let's pivot to ADA, and hit the link below, everybody, to sign up with iTrust Capital. So here we go. This is that like 2-minute window where I just show you very clearly where Cardano is in the cycle. And the reason why I giggle a little is just because I get comments, people are just like, man, you've been saying the same thing for months. And I think what they mean is when we look at an ADA chart, for instance, and the same thing is true for Bitcoin and crypto, but like ADA is right here around 37 cents. And like, if you look back months and months ago, we're talking April, it was 37 cents. And I have been saying I'm bullish on Cardano. And then it went down, and then it went up, and then it went back down. It's still at 37 cents for all of this time. And people are like, dude, you've just been saying the same thing. But when I say things like that, and I'm just bullish, I'm just sitting here doing content, it's because this is the chart that I have in mind. This is a multi-year chart going back to like the beginning of Cardano, and it's through the cycles, right? So with where we are now, though, I just want to highlight something to you. When I say I'm bullish, this is why. And maybe it won't be so consistent. Maybe this doesn't play out great. I don't know. But here's what the data is saying. And this isn't just Cardano. This is crypto in general. But here's what it looks like on the Cardano chart. From bull market high to, you know, bear market low. And by the way, on the daily chart, I'm about to show you a really cool piece of data I just noticed while I was just kind of setting up this video, these arrows. I want to explain what's going on. But bull market high to bear market low. And then right around here, before ADA actually made the bull market move. This was last cycle. It made the bull market move that everybody remembers. It happened around December, January 2021, January 2021, but December 2020, there's the move. Before that move, it was just consolidating around 88% down. Okay? And at that moment of last cycle, after the Bitcoin halving, that was around 200 some days after the Bitcoin halving. Now, if you look at the Bitcoin halving this cycle around, we are currently around 84 days, not even 200 days. So first off, what piece of historical data says to anybody that's studying an ADA chart on the macro, what piece of data says ADA should be at all-time high right now? Because last cycle at this time, it definitely wasn't an all-time high. It was down, right? 200 days past the Bitcoin halving, it was down 88%. And right now, if we look at this, 80 some days past Bitcoin halving, Cardano is down 87, 88%, around the same. And we're not even at 200 days yet. So this says to me, ADA is doing almost exactly what it did last cycle, and it's going to be very evident on the daily chart. But not only that, it has still time even, if it wants, to consolidate, to go sideways, to make us wait, to make us learn patience even more before entering a bullish environment. And this is true for crypto markets in general. I've been saying very similar things for the Bitcoin chart. People are being just needy and entitled and greedy right now, thinking we should have all-time highs right now. This time, last cycle, and we actually, if you look at this last cycle, let's do 80 days past Bitcoin halving. ADA was down. We can just say it was down. Yeah, it was down around the same exact amount of percentage as it was this cycle. So there is not this case that ADA should be at all-time high right now and altcoins should be going crazy just yet. That's that. This is a really cool chart on the daily. If you look at this daily chart, so let me first just zoom in. This is the daily move. Here's what's happening. I'll point out because it's one of the biggest things I'm watching on the daily, and we'll see how it plays out. But there's bullish divergence happening. Swing low, oversold. Swing high, back to swing low. So we have a higher low right there from the oversold environment. And all the while, and I've mentioned this probably in the last Cardano video, all the while we had a lower low on price. It's bullish divergence. That's always an interesting thing to track on the daily chart. Now, here's where things kind of become really cool when I was just studying these charts. We're talking about macro. We're talking about, man, this time last cycle, here's where we were, very similar. But check this out. If you notice, ADA, we're kind of revisited most recently, kind of exiting the bear market and then revisiting back down right here. It revisited this kind of general area right here, which was the first bear market bottom, and then it just moved to the upside before going like back into the bear market, right? Just that general move out of the bear and then back into the bear, just the bottoming out phase, the sideways bottoming out phase of a bear market. Well, ADA just retraced to this entire general area, right? If we go back to last cycle, ADA did exactly the same thing. Look at this. So here is the bear market, first bear market touch for ADA, kind of escaping the bear market and then just coming back into the bear market, right? All before Bitcoin halving. And then through Bitcoin halving, ADA exits that area, and then it falls again. Where? Right here. Where's that? It's this general area. So that's just crazy to me. So first bear market touch, exiting, back down, back up, back down to that general area. Just look at that. Boom, boom. It's just almost identical chart playing out right now. And here's what's really cool. It is the fact that we're having very similar charts, very similar structure, but it is happening a little bit earlier than last cycle. And very clear demonstration of that, as I've talked about before, is the very fact that if you look at this consolidation, this cool down, it's happening going right before halving and into halving. That's what this blue line is. And last cycle was kind of happening right here after halving. Basically, it looks like months after halving that was happening. Now we have this entire cool down that we had last cycle a little bit earlier this cycle. So I think if anything, that's just bullish. And I think that's a good thing when we're looking at this data. So that's Cardano on the charts. It's a macro view, everybody. This is going to require patience, but I wanted to talk about it, especially as we have really cool things like the Chang hard fork happening with Cardano. We've been tracking all these hard forks on this YouTube channel, the Vassal hard fork in the middle of the bear market, Alonzo, smart contracts, Mary, multi-asset ledger, the Shelley hard fork, the staking mechanism, and here's the Chang hard fork. Look how this entire blockchain is coming together. I really do hope there are some smart institutions that are seeing this, and only time will tell if that's the case or not, but we will see. Those are my thoughts on Cardano, Cardano charts, Cardano news, all that good stuff. Let me know your thoughts in the comments below. I appreciate you. I appreciate you, iTrust Capital, for sponsoring CCV. Hit the link below once again, and I'll see you in the next video. God bless.